Good evening, everyone. Good evening to you. Good evening to you. Mgbede ọma nọ. Ndị ọma na-ege ntị. Mgbede ọma nọ. Nwaanyị emechi ọkọ na-anọ na-ekele. Yes, I'm always saying nwaanyị amechi. Some people call me nwaanyị amechi. I'm not nwaanyị amechi. I'm nwaanyị amechi. Amechi is not my name. Amechi is my village. Amechi Okonano is my village. My ancestral, my town, my lineage, where I come from, where I choose to come from in this lifetime. So why a woman just trying to tell you where I'm from? That's what my name says. So it's not my name, because sometimes when I give people my account number, they're like, the name is not the same, and they feel like they're getting scammed. Okay, don't worry. To feel secure, don't worry. Forget it. If you feel like you're being scammed, you can go. When you're convinced, you come back. So, I'm Yamechi. And before I continue this video, I'm going to call out my phone number. As usual, because some of us are easily scammed, some of us are gullible. So, let me put the phone number 070-305-70506. That is my phone number. I'll still call it in between this video because I heard they are now streaming the video. So, greetings, Okoji Nayanwa Mary. This is your topic, Abi, so let's treat it. I've talked about something like this before, destiny before, though I didn't go that deep. But tonight I'll just try to go deep a little and brush it, because not all knowledge that I can put out here. Certain knowledge are occult, but I will give you what you need to know. Greetings, Choka Odogudalo. So, but I will be sure to teach you all the vital things I know that you need to know about Iyowa and how to know your Iyowa. Alright, first of all, before we start talking about Iyowa, I like the video going with Iyowa. We need to understand what Iyowa is. No one became, we call it oath of life. Your life oath. Yeah, but Iyowa kalete. Before coming into this place. Now I'm going to try to break this down in the language that we all understand. Because before you finish forming and put on this sack, because if I remove this sack, you won't recognize me. And if you remove your own, I might not recognize you. It will take Oyewera more to recognize you when you remove this sack. Or you are appearing in your real form, not this sack where you and I we are wearing. Because when you are forming, first of all, you pass through the fire, the air, before you start talking about the water and the earth. And it's on earth that you find Ubuokalete, where you take the final offering. Then your body is formed, then you pass through the waters. Again, when a baby is forming, first of all, the body heat and the breath is detected, and then the blood area is looking like saw. You still see all the veins, the heart, aquara. When you see a baby that is not fully formed, but after forming, you won't be seeing all those things again. So the last place is the Mpuokalet. Then you continue your swimming before you come out here. Oath of life is in two ways. Iyowa, those are the Iyowa you took with your Ndiotu, and the Iyowa you took in your past life. Nandi Dubugorade. You can call it oath of the reincarnator, but it's still the same you. Like I will always tell you, you're just changing clothes. Aqua kine change. Ogodo kine change. It's still the same person. So the Iyowa you took with your Ndiotu, that is your first time. And the Iyowa you took subsequently as you keep coming. First of all, we need to understand that anything over you could know. That is why we should be careful of our utterances. That is why you hear things in Alpha like maybe because most of the times your utterance is weak in our swear. Now, the EUY you took with your ndiotu, I will start with that one. You took with your mates. Ndi oboge. Ndiotu, ndi oboge. Now, when people are coming, when you're in primary school, you have ndi obo. When I ask about your age mates, you'll be looking at those between 5 to 10 years age bracket with you. When we talk about age mates, I want to talk about my age mates. I'll talk about people born in the 90s. Let's say 1990 to 1990 to 1999. These are my age mates. These are people that I will likely meet while going to school. Is either they are my senior or I'm their senior or we are in the same class. Now, I'm talking about ndị ọgbọ gị na ha nọ na the same class. Ndị gị na Fabia Kolono. Now, when you're coming, you saw an oath. It's like when you're going for a job interview. So, oyo ọbụna na-ewe iyo now. Some will you can have a zondo. Maybe as healers. Maybe as a lawyer, as a judge. Maybe as a nurse. Maybe as a doctor, maybe as a midwife, maybe as a teacher. There are so many ways you can save a soul. There are so many ways you can heal. There are so many ways you see where zondo. Maybe as a counselor. Maybe as a psychiatric doctor. Or one day can age over watching them maduchi. Because there are people that are comfortable interacting with mad persons. It's a gift. Not everybody wants to do that. Not everyone has that patience to take some certain conversations. There are people that do it comfortably. You see them, they'll be talking to mad people and they are not perturbed. They feel like they are talking to normal people. There are people that are here to help with finance, business. There are people that are here, their EOY is to come and improve life with technologies, different things, all these things. You're helping someone. Me like this now, I'm looking for a machine that will be bathing me or feeding me. And maybe the one that will just make me sleep whenever I want to sleep immediately, and nobody should wake me up until I want to wake up. There are people that come out to make that, to bring out technologies. Now, these are basics. These are basics. Now, the secondary part of EUY. These are the basics, the one we know that we talked about before when we talked about destiny, reincarnation. Now, the one that deals with us is the reincarnator EUY. The EUY we took in our past life. And even some people currently are still taking it without knowing it. Because anybody that is coming in here, you want to experience life to the fullest. Most of the time, nobody is interested in saying they don't want this, they don't want that. As you're coming the first time, naturally you would want everything. Hey, I try everything. But when you now come and things happen that make you take certain decisions. Things happen that make you take certain oaths. If you don't take it here, you will take it as work a letter before coming back. Now, let's take a case study. Mwa took an EUY that she's going to help women that are trying to bring forth children. That she's going to serve as a midwife to help these women. And that she's going to help them and make sure that they don't die while trying to bring children to this world. That she's going to stand in the gap and help. And then some destinies of certain women are tied to Mwafo. That if Mwafo is not there to help them, these women will definitely die during childbirth. And Mwafo came. Mwafo came and forgot everything about her EUY. She got married. She was busy having children, doing different things, and she forgot her purpose. that this is the reason that she came here. And then Mwafo continued her life after she finished Nezuzu. She finished everything, and then she died. And then she remembered her essence, the very reason why she came here was actually to help save life of women, bringing forth life. And she realized, and her Ndios were angry. They are angry. And they asked her, we equipped you to come do this, and you did not do anything. Kedi female, what did you do? Mwafo is remorseful. Mwafo is like, I didn't know, I was carried away. It's because I got married. I started having children. I forgot about everything. I forgot everything. I was carried away. I didn't remember this. I didn't remember that. And you two are like, how do we remind you? Since you want to go back, what are you going to do better this time? Why should we trust you again to get this job done? And Mwafo is like, okay, Mwa, as I'm going back, if I don't do what I'm supposed to do, please don't give me husband. Let me find it difficult to marry if I forget who I am. Let me find it difficult to have children. Let me not have children if I use it to remind me, so that when I start asking questions, I'm reminded that this is why I'm here. For some people, for some people, for some people, afflict me with sickness, mostly for healers. Every sickness in this world, they go to sample them. Every sickness, as long as they are not healing, they will be sampling it. Do this to me, do that to me. Let this happen to me, let that happen to me. And you're saying all these things. You'll be held by your words. And then you come back, you forget again. You're running around from one end to one to the okay. And then you are the so delicate that it doesn't even come out like that enough. Except you specifically go looking for it. It's only in rare cases it comes up. In rare cases, in rare occasions, it's not something that just comes out all the time. Not everybody easily spots it. That is why some of you will have staff. You're taking the right herbs, or low sperm count. You're taking the right herbs. 10 years, you're still treating low sperm count, and sperm is not coming up. 5 years, you're still treating fibroid. You do operation, it will grow again. Every medium you try to use to have a child, it will not work, because this is so obstacles to support you will be put in your way that you cannot solve until you start working according to that thing you said you will do. Then everything will be the way reset. And this kind of let me tell you, you cannot change it. The only way to change it is to start doing that which you promised to do. To start doing that which you promised to do. There are some that you can change. Some people have negative some have positive So that is another reason you should be careful of your utterances. Now, if you are like maybe someone that have to do with reincarnator. Maybe your reincarnator was hot, maybe your reincarnator is a woman, or maybe your former life you were a woman and this time you're still a woman, and maybe you had issues with men, and they broke your hands, treated you anyhow, and all those. You know what goes on every age again a wookie. And you come again and you're finding it difficult. Nobody's talking to you. Oh, you said this by yourself, and you only do to stamp it for you. That in the next life you are not going to have anything to do with any man. So also. I've seen a woman that in her former life, the children she gave birth to mistreated her, and she said in her next life she doesn't want children. Now she's running helter skelter. She's looking for a child. She's looking for a child, but she's the one that said she doesn't want this, and they're mainly granting her EUA. The universe is merely granting your request. It's not there to reason for you. You have your choices to make. Now, such a you can be appealed. It can be changed. It can be appealed. There are some you cannot even appeal. If you don't exactly that emotion, the energy there. The universe is not listening to your play, or maybe you're joking. What the universe is listening to is the energy. Because for someone to say that person must have been hurt deeply, and they say things. I learned one of these things. I learned these things the hard way. I learned it the hard way, and it made me to be so careful about my utterances. There was this man when I was working with Huawei. I worked as a sales rep at Huawei. This man came and I was busy. I think I've told this story before. I was busy trying to sell Huawei phone, telling him about the browsers, about the everything, about the boards inside, about the version of browser it is using, trying to talk about the processor, everything. I sold phones, so they carry certificates. They were giving me different certificates. When I'm telling you something, wait first. Sorry about that. They were giving me different certificates at Huawei. When I'm telling you something, I'm telling you my life experiences for you to know I've been through this and I've gone through this and I understand this. As a Huawei rep, I was getting certificates. These are sales certificates, best sales. Look at the dates. 2019. This is my name on it. I continue bagging award of sales, like well, as in people were dragging. They don't know it's not about the shop, it's about the person inside it. I was selling and getting, like, my job was just okay for me and I had my freedom. This man came and he was telling me, I was talking and somebody needed them now, and this man told me, you know what it is, you're convincing a customer and they have agreed. Told me he's coming the next day to come and buy the phone. I said okay. This man came the next day. Now saw the girl selling Xiaomi, Redmi. That's what maybe you people would like to call it. One of their products, Redmi. Hey, the girl has big breasts. See breasts everywhere. You people now, I'm not blessed with breasts. And the girl was just, doing like snake, talking to him. And this one just left my phone. Now went to buy the phone. Hi, you pay me. And I've already counted that sale for the day. I was so angry. I just sat down, but you cannot show your anger now. I'm on new rug. I just sat down. He finished buying the phone. Instead of him to go, he now came to my table. You don't be angry, oh. This and that, oh. Don't be angry, oh. I was laughing, but inside I was bitter. I told him, see, you see this phone? That was close to the period they were going to bury my uncle. I told him, you see this phone? He bought that phone on a Monday. I was supposed to travel for my uncle's burial. My uncle's burial was on a Friday. I was supposed to travel on a Thursday. I told him, you see this phone? Before Wednesday, the church I go down born. And before Saturday, they go down thief this phone. That was what I told him. And they laughed, they talk amo. I was laughing. Man, that laugh is serum nobi. I was laughing. And I was Nanda used I saw there. I give them phone as in I give them award. And ever I'm a good salesperson. I can convince you though that a rotten egg is good for your health. I can be very convincing when I want to be. So that was what I told him. And when I told him that, I forgot about it. Well, that was just what I told him. And on Thursday, I traveled for my uncle's burial. And my uncle's burial was on Friday. On Friday, they buried my uncle. On Saturday, I was already on my way back to Lagos. That evening, I came back that evening, Saturday evening. And from park, I moved straight to the shop. Because the girl I kept in my store, I already feel like, hey, this girl go don't sell, take all my sales. Because I had so many customers telling me they'll be coming that weekend. So I wanted to be there that evening to see if I will make sales. Because they are paying us also according to our sales. I came back to the store. And I saw this man, I greeted him. He no answer me. I was like, why would he? I was like, I'm with somebody. I no send person. If I greet you, no answer me, I no go greet you again. So I'm one kid you. Then on Monday, I came to work. That girl will go phone. That my customer is angry with you. You say which your customer? That one that wanted to buy phone from you before. That thing you told him that day. I say what? I say which thing? That he came on Wednesday to buy charger. That his charger born. I was just okay. This thing was happening in 2019. That his charger born. I said okay. And that day he came, that phone was stolen. That he came to see if they can help him crack it. I felt so guilty. Like I felt really bad. I said it just to casually show him how pained I am. But the universe is not saying I'm saying this thing casually. The universe is checking the energy. That is what they are checking. He wasn't checking that I'm saying it casually just to let him know, to tell him off, to know that I just need him to get off. What the universe is looking at that energy, that I feel offended that my phone was not bought after the promise and everything. So when you're saying something, you have to mind your utterances. And if for the bad ones, they happen faster. Because there are so many negative spirits, they are willing to help you manifest anything negative in you. Because a whole lot of people, as I'm in my house, greetings at Manchester. As I'm in my house, I go for when I say, Kogazielum, I need the money, I need this one. They're in your house, you're saying I need. So all the good spirits, they are so busy. They are mostly engaged. It's only a few people that are in their house. I want this person to die. I want this person to get accidents. I want this person to do this one. Even those bad ones, most of the time they are praying for their own success. They use a few times to plan your downfall. Negative energy, it works faster. A very powerful energy that can alter anything, both positively and negatively. So you should be very much aware of your vibration. I see people say, there's a my vibration and frequency. This is Tiboribo. You just come online, you just as in displaying your Tiboribo up and down. Imari vibration, no go. And frequency, happier. So EU has done a lot to people. There are people that their EU were also about not having children, that if they try to have it, they will die. If they force it, they are going to die. Some people, their EU is that they will die in their prime. And probably maybe their last experience wasn't all that good. Maybe their old age wasn't all that good. And they decided, okay, I just want to go in my prime. I just want to go. And once I've fulfilled everything I want, I'll just go in my prime. I'll just go. And when it is that time, they will just go. You will think they will fail. Some of them don't even get sick. They just move all over. Greetings, go. They just move. And you will be there still thinking, how do go? People have different TU. There are some people, even though they are from water, they don't want to be. You don't know what killed them before. Some people don't want to be Maroko to behind their former life. You don't know what happened to them. Some people are so afraid of heights. Or even will call it phobias. But you don't know what is they are so scared of. Maybe they swore to die on a height. And they don't want to climb. You don't know why they are afraid. Some are claustrophobic. It reminds them of something. And maybe they must have said something in that situation that could come haunting them. How do you know your EOA? Most of the time it keeps ringing. You can go to someone that maybe is able to check it. Look into your past. Because there is no way you can get to your EOA without looking into your past. To know the kind of life you had. And most of the time your EOA are like lessons, karmic lessons that you've learned. Maybe you were so blessed and you were wasteful. You were wasteful. You were not helping anybody with it. And then from a very young age, if you come again from a very young age, you're already conscious that you should not be wasteful. That everything should be accounted for. Someone like me, I was wasteful in one of my lifetimes. And this time I cannot waste anymore. Every little thing, the way if I get maybe like up to 100k in a month and I spend 80k, that 80k, out of that 80k, maybe it's only 10,000 I spent on myself. The rest is in other people. I don't come here to shout it. That is my life. That is what I have to do. And then it puts my life in balance. Some people, maybe they were so rich that they trampled on the poor. And their EUA were decided by NDO to that line. They will taste that poverty. Some people you see suffering, that is why it's not everybody you help. There are some people that their suffering is their EUA, meant to teach them a lesson. It's yaka, you go collect. There are some people that when you try to help them, you are drawn into their suffering. It starts spoiling things for you. Because you're not meant to interfere. So to you why you cannot interfere. They need to serve their term. What they can prison them. They need to serve their term. And when that time is over, they can be lifted. Some might serve till death and come back and maybe live okay. Some can be lifted while they are still alive, depending on how it was signed. People sign different contracts while coming here. EO1, out of life. If he a man or what, how you're going to live. Some people will be stinkingly rich, but they can never have a child. Some men, they can't get a woman pregnant, no matter what they do. When you check, you will see it is a EUA issue. Maybe they suffered so much and had so many children to feed, and they said no one more so because and he has that wealth, but the joy is not complete. He keeps looking for that one thing that he said he did not want. Beware of your utterances. Even now, some of you, because one boy give you breakfast, I don't want to have anything to do with any man again. I don't want to, after you now come. I don't know why I'm not getting married. I don't know, nothing is working. You want to get married, but it was you that said you don't want to have anything to do with any man again, and they are signing a stamp for you. Are you checking the emotion you had, the energy, the frequency you had when you said that thing? Are you checking it? Why some people can alter it, some people can appeal it. I can't say change, you appeal. You appeal. And where the side there, where they decide there, Maloka. Again, Melo their belly. Okay, what I give fanako? Kone what I believe fanako? Whether you've understood what they're saying or not. sure ne water give an then the appeal can maybe be the temper the justice with mercy. I want the water belly, you can't know there about the what if an tell you what if an some cannot be appealed. That is just it. So it is the duty of the diviner to check if this can be appealed, if anything can be done about this or not. Some people are surprised when they come for certain alpha. And when I check, if okay to pull an awful, when a child even climbing the tallest palm tree, they'll be surprised. Take your ego alpha, take everything. I don't want anything connected to you. Because then they go my phone and tiako some. Tiako borom, yobana. As a healer is not even everybody he was a reason. Or by somebody close to you. Something you did not do, something that is why I pity people that come out. I'm why I'm this and that. You not hear somebody you we have no one fuck no be not hear your raw with it. Body anaka. Awela ho gaga nke gi ki ye. Oburu so nke aka imepe. Now your own they use, and very soon you start using your own. You will stop seeing your own because you've given out your own. It's ya koya na ya iburia. Emare bo si we bute. Ehe ma bute mo charo. Ana alo ya alo has ended so many people who have spiritualists. Ana alo ya alo. Oburi feni ne ka ana alo. There are things you cannot appeal. There are things you cannot change. There are certainly you where you cannot change. You cannot appeal it. There are certain situations you can. That is why you should even be careful who you help. There are people you help and you share in their karma. You share in their punishments. You share in it. Utan noketa. Mfo nwa yi kwesiri na ekuye ndị mmadụ nwa. Ana m ekuye kwa o. Mfo nwa yi kwesiri na ekuye ndị mmadụ nwa. O de ekuye ndị mmadụ nwa. Obasi m kubi nwa. I will not. I won't. I will tell you this is the problem. You need to do this, you need to do that. Get in line. I'm not going to work for you. I will guide you because I don't want to share your punishment. Get in line. So that if get in line. So we need to understand this. Somebody came the other day and I'm I saw what is there. See, I'm gonna I cannot do it. Because you just pick up this energy and greetings, Odogu Paul. Yeah, there was a day I was doing live consultation with someone, and her father pay away na poa. Mwe bokwasi anike. Ona poa o esiti azu. They were in US, not in Nigeria. I met an ambulance, Buri Adete hospital, and they did not find anything. That is okay, everything is fine. Somebody that stopped breathing, like he wasn't there. Those are the poor. Before night, Ada work age dago. I'm a marker where be block on that way. My body tell me for 1, 2, 3 weeks. I was trying to get it off my system. It wasn't a calculated move. It was something emergency. We see a lot. bụrụ ibu na-ebu. I'm not complaining to you. You have your own. So, that nudge would always be there. But if you also want to find out through Afa, there are people, diviners that do this. I do this too. You ask questions, but the nudge, that consciousness will always be there. I shouldn't be doing this. I shouldn't be doing that. I should be doing this. This is where I'm supposed to be. That nudge would always be in your spirit. There are some people, when you're walking in the streets, you are not moved by the beggars you see. But there are some people that when they are moving in the streets, they see people sleeping there, they will be crying. Because it's their EUA to help those people. Those people are their burden. It is what they said they are coming to do. You see people crying, maybe widows or children being raped and all those things. And maybe you are not bothered, somebody will do it. And yes, there is somebody that when they see it, they start crying, they can't get themselves anymore because it is their body, it is their EUA to fight for such people. It's unfortunate maybe before warrior. That's his EUA to help the sick. And that is why he's doing it effortlessly. Even though his own health is already shaking. He would have gone since. I can't work with their sins. I got his scenario. Be conscious. It's possible he didn't go to any effort to tell him, but he just maybe somehow knew that this is what he's supposed to be doing and he started doing it. That nudge would always be there in the spirit that you need to do this, you need to do that. When I started cooking for the needy, which is one of my EUA, one of my mandates, it was around when I was from 18, 19, 20 that I started having that. I wanted to do it. No matter how little I have, I try to cook and take out something to them. I try to help whenever I can. That is one of my work. It will always be there. As a child, seeing sick people wake up CMM, I don't feel good. When I see doctors, I feel like Nama Fugonde Obomona. Well, I'm not a medical doctor, I'm a native doctor. Finally. When I see them wake up CMM now, I don't feel alright. Because this is my EUA, Izondo. So there are so many ways you can do Zondo. I see people when they go to there is a wine. You must drink, what you are doing is not. People are called in different ways. You need to understand that. Even this flying of aircraft, it's not everybody that can do it. Someone else will go there that doesn't have that grace. They'll just carry paper and crash them somewhere. Are you where you're supposed to be? In every queseleno. Or do you can panama the queseleno? Ebo queseleno. Don't fix a round peg in a square hole. It's never going to. Or fix a square peg in a round hole. It's never going to fit in. It's not going to fit in. You need to understand that. We need to start getting it right. Lot of life. Now places you can go for appeal. You can go to Ubu. You can go to the waters. You can go to the mountains. You can go to Anyanwu. These are different places you can make your appeal. But water must be present. Depending on if I name. Because mmiri bu iyi. I'll be stopping here. have any question about EOA, you can ask and I'll answer. If you have any question on EOA, let me know. Any question on EOA, let me know and I will answer you. So I have 1 minute to take your question. Thanks, Michael Eze. I have a minute to take your question. In 1 minute, if I don't see any question, I will assume that you do not have any question. People should not mind my hair. The hair is not agreeing with the owner. Even as I packed it up, I'm already feeling uncomfortable. So if you have any question, please let me know. The hair is not agreeing. So I needed to make it agree. This is the only way it can move a little. So if you have any question, let me know. 1 more minute and I'm off. 30 seconds. So I assume this topic is dealt with accordingly. Please do not forget to share this video. Do not forget to share this video. Alright? Do not forget to share this video. Don't forget to share. Alright, so there are no questions. The 1 minute is gone. You all have a wonderful night. You all have a wonderful night. Good evening, Moshe Michael.